migrating from Springboot 2.x to 3.x. In this document, I will share my experience migrating to Springboot 3.x. This transition involved adoption of Jakarta EE9 APIs, including support for Java 17. Key changes in Springboot 3.x. It requires a minimum Java version of 17. Migration to Jakarta EE9. One of the most significant changes is the replacement of the Java EE8, JAVAX. Hibernate 6. Springboot 3.x recommends using Hibernate 6. Hibernate 6 introduces several radical changes and improvements, which necessitate updates to your persistence layer configuration and code. The first step is updating the Springboot version in the pom.xml file. Modify the Springboot starter parent dependency as follows: org.springframework.boot. Springboot starter parent. Version E3.1.5. Upgrade to Jakarta. The switch from javax.* to jakarta.* requires updating import statements throughout your code base. We need to update all import statements in our project from javax.* to jakarta.*. We need to include following dependencies in pom.xml file: jakarta.persistence API, jakarta.validation API, jakarta.transaction API 2.0.1, jakarta.annotation API 2.1.1. In your project, it is recommended to upgrade to Hibernate version 6.x to ensure compatibility with Spring 3.x. To do this, you need to update your Hibernate dependencies to version 6.x. For example, to update the Hibernate core dependency, add the following to your pom.xml: org.hibernate.orm, Hibernate core 6.1.7.final. If your project uses annotations such as @typedef and @type, note that these are no longer used in Hibernate. Instead, you should use the @converter annotation provided by the Jakarta Persistence API. For example, in definitions before Hibernate 6.x, import org.hibernate.annotations type, import org.hibernate.annotations.typedef. @typedef, name equals JSON, type class equals string JSON userType.class. Public class entity name. @type, type equals JSON. Private property name. With Spring 3.x and Jakarta, we can make a definition as follows: @convert, attribute name equals entity utter name, converter equals string JSON userType.class. You can make any definition you want for the entity utter name parameter. Thank you.